Welcome back to Minor League Esports. We've got some Premier League action coming up for you. The Knights and the Hurricanes. The Knights in their beautiful scarlet and the Hurricanes in their bright green. With me is Thunderballs.
Happy to be here.
And just like that, we'll be getting into game one of the series shortly as the players take the field.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a pretty square matchup here between the two teams. A blue conference matchup, cross-divisional. So the Hurricanes coming out of the Storm division in the top spot there, and the Knights in second place in the Forge division. Two pretty hotly contested divisions, I think.
Looking good. Representing the Hurricanes, we've got Fabulous Iguana, or Iguan Fabulo, and Steez. I hear his teammates call him Stez. Now, Mike is my Ike, the Knights GM, takes control of the ball here and gets it out to his teammate, Prosperity. Ooh, and Hurricanes already with a demo play, putting the ball in. Great shot from Steez.
Yeah, that's a pretty quick offensive play. Great bump there. I don't think the defender had a chance anyway, but just to be safe, get the demo in there and get started early for the Hurricanes.
Off the face-off now, Stez puts it up onto the sidewall, and Iguana's going to take it, but Prosperity's there to make the clear away. Prosperity looking to do something fancy here, up past one, but the ball's going to go a little bit wide. Mike popping it up to the backboard. Prosperity not able to get on there quite fast enough. Mike up once again, but out of boost. No, he still has the boost. He was faking it. Prosperity taking control. But Iguana gets the shot on target. Mike's there to make the save.
Close there. You can see a difference in play styles for sure between the Hurricanes and Knights. The Knights a little bit slow and calculated, as is usually their tendency with these two players. And the Hurricanes, I think, trying to take a bit of speed to them.
Now Steez popping it up high, off the wall. Prosperity's there to not hit. This one's on target from Iguana, but Mike makes the save. Now Mike gets one touch, gets a second one that's on target, but Iguana takes it down. Demo coming out, and the Knights have it on the backboard, looking to get that first goal in. Here comes Mike with the one-on-one. Pops it up, waiting and waiting. And Prosperity nearly had the touch off the backboard. Prosperity touches it up high over the Knights' own goal. And now Mike forced to make the save. Mike makes the big clear all the way to the midfield line as Prosperity pushes it up off the mid wall. Bouncing up high in front of the net, but the Knights not able to show a goal yet.
Yeah, they've had a few solid chances, but it looks as though the Hurricanes, for the most part, are equal to it. They seem to be covering all the angles they need to, and they recognize that the Knights are going for their kind of slow individual style of play.
Just a moment ago, the Steez made a really nice clear off the backboard, and here comes Prosperity trying to take control of it, but Iguana gets it out back to Steez again. Steez going up for the double tap, but not quite able to get it before the Knights do. That was an exciting shot. Knights did a great job to save it. Here comes Mike looking to take it all the way back. Prosperity staying on the ball. Prosperity looking for one more touch out to Mike. Mike gonna lob it up, but Iguana's there. Now Prosperity clears it out from his own corner, staying on it. Gets a touch over Steve, looking for the demo, but not quite able to make it there. Hurricanes take it all the way back to the opposite side. Prosperity makes the clear off his own backboard as the ball comes right down to Steez. Steez just waiting for it. Steez looking to get the touch out to the middle, and Iguana is right there for the pass.
That was some great patient play in the corner here. As you see Steez kind of work slowly and look for his teammate. As soon as he finds him, he pops the ball out, and it's a perfect pass to the center for Iguana to finish.
Love to see passes like that. Both goals from the Hurricanes coming out off of excellent passes. Mike pushes it out off the sidewall. He's able to get it back. Prosperity with the pass, but Mike not able to make the shot. Hurricanes looking to make it 3. They get the demo once again, but Mike is my Ike is right there. This shot's going a little bit wide as Iguana takes control of the ball again. Prosperity now on it. Prosperity looking for the pass out to Mike. An unfortunate team collision there is going to prevent the Knights from scoring. Prosperity puts it just wide, but he's able to get the second touch off the bounce.
Great rebound control there from Prosperity. Sometimes it's tough to read those bounces going low or high off the low part of the curve, but he read it the right way and knocked it home for the first goal on the Knights board.
1 minute left as 1 goal separates these two teams from a Game 1 win. Prosperity puts it out to the far corner. Steez is waiting for it. This one is bouncing down right in front of the Hurricanes net. Prosperity pushes it up off the wall. Mike not there for the shot. This one's bouncing back to the Knights corner. The Knights have pressure on. They've got the goal deficit. Prosperity misses the flip off the wall as Iguana picks the ball up. He's got the dribble, flicks it off of the corner, goes for the demo, and eventually does make it. Now Steve's looking to take a pass out to the middle, but Prosperity gets there first. Iggy making big touches out to Steez. Steez off the backboard. This one's coming out from the corner. Steez looking to take another touch, just keep it away from the Knights as time ticks down. 5 seconds left. Iguana lobs it up. Prosperity takes the touch backwards, but the Hurricanes are going to take Game 1 at that 2-1 scoreline.
Yeah, that was fantastic time management at the end of the game there for the Hurricanes. They really did a great job of seeing where the Knights might be able to threaten from, keeping the ball away from them, and just generally keeping control on the midfield right when they needed to.
Yeah, and the pressure that the Hurricanes have been bringing and that speed has really been impressive. The Knights might have to speed it up. I know that you said that they're a little bit of a slower calculating team, but I don't know if that lineup can or that tactic can work against such pressure from the Hurricanes.
Yeah, you said it. It's going to take a little bit of speed, I think, from the Knights for sure. And they certainly have that capacity. We saw them try to link up some passing plays in the second half of the game. And I think it's needing to be a little bit more of that from them going forward. But they're more than good enough to make these adjustments and know what they need to do moving forward, I think.
Oh, I certainly believe it. Some of the plays that the Knights have been putting on really looked impressive. Any of them could have been goals on me. These Hurricanes doing a great job to keep them safe, keep the ball clear, and keep control of it. But both of these teams definitely showing that they are capable and believe in the Premier League, the highest league in MLE's league structure. This one's going right to Steez off the kickoff. Fakes coming out from the green team as Prosperity looking to push it in towards the to clear it away. Sorry, excuse me. This one's on target and it will go in off the post. Great shot from Iguana.
That's an absolute clanger off of the wall. He got perfect timing on the flip here. Got it around Prosperity, and Mike was not expecting that much power and placement from Iguana, so nice shot there.
Now, the Knights once again trailing in the early game. This one's bouncing up high. Nearly had the shot on target, but somehow the Hurricanes managed to get a touch on it, I think. This one's bouncing out to the Hurricanes side wall. Iguana bringing it into the corner, but the Knights will cut them off. Lobs it up off the backboard. Here comes Steez looking for the double touch. No, denied by the crossbar.
Steez so close on that double tap. That was a pretty insane angle, and props to him for even getting close on that one.
Now Iguana slams it down to the corner, gets it away from Mike, but Steez is not there to collect the ball. Now Steez bringing it out of the corner, gets a touch on it, but it's floating up high. Mike unable to keep it clear. Big bump coming out in the midfield. Prosperity on the ball, but with zero boost. Now Mike gets an unfortunate touch out to his own corner. Prosperity's going to collect it from there, but Mike got demoed. Iguana unable to make the shot over Mike. And this Hurricane's speed has really been impressive.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the Knights are used to kind of physically controlling the game a lot, but they're being leveled by the Hurricanes in that regard as well, and kind of getting slapped around a little bit. And I don't think they necessarily expect that. So it's smart from the Hurricanes to play that way.
Great job. Those bumps buying time for the Hurricanes to defend. Here comes Steez clearing it out of his corner with the flick. Iguana lobbing it down the field. Mike is going to collect it and try to bring it back up off the wall. This one could be dangerous. Here comes Prosperity. No, wide of the target. Prosperity gets the demo, though, and the Knights maintain some control on the offense. There comes the flick off the backboard. Prosperity with the shot, but it's wide once again. Prosperity finally able... No! I was about to say the Knights finally about to be rewarded for their effort with an open net, but they're unable to make it the post. What a save. The Knights putting in so much effort, but we're still seeing that 0-1 scoreline. Another big save from the Knights. Saves coming out on both fields from the crossbar or from the players, as it may be.
This action is getting a bit hard to track. It's back and forth at this point. Neither team really capitalizing on the chances they need to, but it's the Knights who really have to make that happen. They're down a goal with 2 minutes left.
The defense, though, is so strong. Here comes Mike, able to get the read off the bounce, and now it's tied 1-1.
Just as I say it, the Knights find a way. Steez misreads the bounce off of the back wall, and he's going to pay dearly for that. That's an easy goal for Mike Mike right down the center of the pipes.
Yeah, I think Prosperity was forcing the heroic dive there, but then once the Hurricanes were missing, Mike was just there ready. Might have been team comms calling each other off there. Now Steez lobs it up, but Prosperity's going to dribble it. Prosperity gets it out to the corner past Iguana as Steez is back there to collect it. Steez looking for the shot, twisting and turning in the air, but unable to make it. Here comes the Knights. Iguana forced to make a save as another bump after bump coming out from the Knights. The Hurricanes kind of caught on their back foot a little bit as Prosperity lofts that one on target, but the Hurricanes are there again to make the save. Pass back to Mike. Mike is up, bringing the ball out to the backboard. It's bouncing down for Prosperity off the 50. But Iguana's able to get it back out to Steez. Steez air dribbling it low to the ground. Prosperity able to slam it back down. A minute remains as the ball just bouncing back and forth. Both teams doing such a great job controlling this one. Here comes a shot, but Prosperity with another save. That's his third one so far. Mike with the flick out, but Prosperity forced to make yet another save. These shots come out so fast. Steez looking for the shot, but not able to get the pre-flip just right. Now Iguana looking to get a pass out. No. A little bit of a slow play, but the Knights able to stay on the right side of it. This one's coming out. Prosperity forced to collect it. This one's hitting the post. Nearly another goal out there for the Hurricanes. And we're likely to see overtime here as Iguana brings it up to the wall. Mike challenging. And now Steez looking to take the shot. No. This one's coming down, and we're in overtime.
I got to say, I can't help but think maybe the Knights could have pulled that one away in regulation had they been a little bit more organized on offense, but I won't even have time to finish that sentence before they finish it in overtime.
What a shot off the kickoff. This one's bouncing up high. Prosperity just gets the read over Iguana, and just being at the ball a second earlier, a fraction of a second earlier, whatever it is, that's all you need in overtime. One goal will take the game.
Yeah, and just as in the last break, we were talking about the Knights needing to inject some speed into the game. That was about as good a timing as you could ask to have a speed play and beat the Hurricanes to the ball. It turns directly into a goal and to a game win for the Knights.
I've got to say, Prosperity holding that back line. He was challenged at the goal line so many times, and he got 4 saves out of the 8 shots that the Hurricanes have taken. The rest of them, I think, just haven't been quite on target. But the Knights defense and Prosperity in particular really showing some stuff just to hold on until they could get that overtime win. Very impressive.
Yeah, I would say defensively solid on both sides. Actually, the Hurricanes playing well on defense as well. You can see five saves from their side, and
Hmm.
you saw, like I mentioned earlier, just the slightest bit of disorganized play, some double commits when the ball is floating near the goal line and a close chance for the Knights. So if they can get things organized and generate some space in offense where they're trading chances, I think we could see this swing the way of the Knights going forward.
Definitely. Well, getting into game three, this is shaping up to be quite the series. Both games decided by 1 point so far. And the series tied at 1-1. Here comes Prosperity, looking to challenge Steez, but Steez gets it over him. Steez looking for the flick. Going for, I think that was an attempt at a breezy as Steez pushes it out of the corner. Iguana forced to make the save. He does so. This one's on target, though. No, comes in a little bit short and hits the post. Steez making a big clear off the backboard, but Mike is there to pick the ball back up. Mike looking for the shot over Steez. It's high, but Iguana's able to prevent the rebound from coming in too hot.
Oh, and an absolute
save.
nail biter on the goal line. Sorry to cut you off, but that was super close. And I think the Knights, again, are getting these goal line chances and just getting burned by some little bounce or a double commit every time.
Yeah, I was holding my breath on that one. I thought it was sure to be a goal. The Hurricanes did such a great job hustling back to clear it away before the ball could roll in. Now Iguana looking for a flick. It goes right back to Steez off the 50, and Prosperity forced to make another save. Prosperity gets Demo. He's got full boost too. He's looking for the pinch with Mike, but the ball just goes nowhere. Iguana with the reverse 45 flick. I'm loving the mechanical excellence that both teams are putting on display. Prosperity gets it out. This one's going a little wide. He's looking to pinch it back towards his teammate, but not able to get there before Steez does. Steez with the flick pass up to Iguana. Just perfect. Even the Knights' touches on the ball couldn't prevent that goal from going in.
Yeah, that's another connection on offense between the two Hurricanes players. Their vision in the front court to see each other and be available for these passes has been super beneficial, and it's put them in the lead a few times in the series.
Yeah, you gotta love to see passing plays like that. That one, I think, could be a nominee for the Ball Scorer on a Play of the Week. Clip it and post it if you think you like that play. Iguana making a nice save there. Back out to Steez on his goal line. Steez dribbling with it. He's passed one. I think he's passed two. He's looking to get it out. A Demo comes out, and Steez is able to just take the ball home.
Perfect awareness on the physical play here from Iguan. As soon as he spots that open space and one player scrambling back on defense, he went right for them and made the perfect play there.
Just like you said. Great job from Iguana. Watching the play, seeing where the other players are, and getting the Demo where they need it. Here comes another double tap opportunity for Steez, but not able to line it up just right. Iguana out to Steez, but Mike puts it back down in front of the green net. Iguana clearing it out of the corner. Now bumping Prosperity. Prosperity bringing it back down out of the corner into the middle, but the Hurricanes once again take the ball away. Iguana now looking for Steez, but Mike is able to get there first. Steez now backwards with the ball. Shot is on target for Prosperity, saves it, and then Steez able to finish it off the rebound.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the returning player on defense there might have aided in the speed on that shot. You see Mike gets a piece of it as well. Don't know if it would have been a shot on target regardless, but certainly the Hurricanes will take that one.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Some of those angles a little bit differently. Mike could have taken that ball, and that could have gone high. It could have gone wide. Anything could have happened. it ended up just speeding up in a harder place for Prosperity to save. He was already challenged after getting into position from that first save. Now Steez has control of the ball once again. Gets a flick out towards the corner. Another touch. This one's up way high, and Mike is able to get there first. Out to Prosperity, and this ball's coming down. Steez able to get the dunk. Steez looking for the pass on Iguana. Steez gets the demo, but Iguana's forced to hang back as Prosperity just comes in hot on the challenges. And a pinch comes out from the Knights as they're not able to get that shot on target. Steez pushes it out. Across the other side, here comes Prosperity with the shot, but Iguana saves it.
Knights, I think, looking to put a little bit more offense together here, but they're running out of time. 45 seconds just about left in the game, and 3 goals down. It's looking a little unlikely right now.
Now Steez. I love these mechanical twirls from Steez. He seems to just, every time he's in the air, get one extra rotation. And Steez able to take it off of the backboard in what seemed to be a little bit of confusion from the Knights.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, you can't blame the Knights for getting a little aggressive and wild with it. They've got a big margin to make up. But regardless, the Hurricanes are still going to capitalize and put an even bigger margin ahead of themselves that look to close this game out for good.
30 seconds remain. I don't think we're seeing overtime here. It would take quite an impressive string of a comeback. Now 18 seconds. Hurricanes looking to put it home with one more. Here comes Steez. And Prosperity makes the save once again. Mike now dribbling it in the air. A little, well, he's fallen back a little bit. Prosperity trying to keep the ball alive and turn it around, but he doesn't have the space to do so. Gotta love the matching decals for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, and matching, I think, in skill and speed as well to go along with those outfits. It's really, that was a hugely controlling effort for the Hurricanes on both ends of the field. It never really felt like the Knights got a grasp on the game, and they were always chasing the play of the Hurricanes just ahead of them at every step.
And I think that the 11 shots from the Hurricanes really tells that story. The Knights doing a great job on defense, but unfortunately, when you have that kind of pressure, it really takes a lot to hold up to it. We're going to need to see some more offense from the Knights to answer back that kind of aggression from the Hurricanes.
Yeah, and you were talking about Steez's mechanical play and flash earlier, but that you can see it in the numbers. You see it in the pressure that he's putting on the Knights with 8 shots in the game just for himself. I think Iguan's letting him be the point man and use his skill to kind of outpace and outmaneuver the Knights in a lot of these plays and just keep the pressure on constantly.
Definitely. I'm curious to see how the Knights can change up their formula here to answer back. This series is not yet decided. It's 2-1. Both teams have a chance to take the 3 points and the win, but every game does count, so they'll take whatever they can get. Here comes a shot from Mike.
That's a great start early for the Knights. It's exactly what they need. Shift the momentum right away. And that's good patience from Prosperity on the wall to wait for the challenge and get a very fortunate pinch out into the front of the goal. Mike just snipes it top center.
Mike doing a great job getting to that ball and lining it up on target. Here comes another one from Mike. No, Steez is able to get a touch on it, preventing the kickoff goal. Prosperity looking for the redirect in the midfield. This one's flying up high, and Steez and Iguana are there to pick it up. Steez bringing it back down. Mike with the challenge. Now Iguana looking to bring it. He gets it over Prosperity. Can he get a pass out to Steez? But Prosperity's right back on the ball. Now Iguana pinching it off the wall. Looking for the demo, but doesn't get it. Mike flicking it up high. Both Hurricanes players forced to come in at that near post. Steez gets a pass Prosperity. Iguana looking for the demo, but the Hurricanes not able to make it happen. The demo and the flick, such powerful tools when applied together. We've seen the Hurricanes score a couple of goals that way. One dribbling, one coming out ahead looking for the bump. Now Iguana bringing the ball out to the opposite wall. Prosperity makes the clear again. And this is, I think, one of the first games where we haven't seen a Hurricanes goal within the first minute or so.
Yeah, it really looks... Sorry, it looks as though the Knights are doing a better job of dictating the pace of play a little bit. The Hurricanes haven't been able to speed things up the way they did in previous games, and that's a testament to the Knights keeping control of the game.
Here comes Iguana. This one's on target, but Prosperity makes the save once again. Steez dropping back as Iguana goes for it, but not quite able to get it. Now Steez dribbling it across his own goal line. That's never where you want to be, but they seem to do a good job of it anyway. This ball's coming up high. Here comes Prosperity with it on target, but Steez able to make the save. Great play.
And a great transition play out of it, too. You see how quickly the Hurricanes can turn the ball back into the own end from seemingly a retreating defensive situation.
Another save coming out from Iguana. Steez with the demo. The Hurricanes only need to beat out one defender here, but Prosperity manages to make the save. Prosperity, such a strong defensive player. Now Mike looking to get it out to the middle, but Iguana turns it away. Prosperity with another chance. Can he find the pass to Mike here? Mike pushing it out in front of the net. Mike back onto the get. No, Prosperity flying in from overhead. Mike looking to make the challenge, but it gets flicked over him and onto the backboard. This one's bouncing out, and Prosperity's able to make the clear. Steez gets it out. One more touch. What was that? Now Iguana. Steez, what a pass. And Iguana, what great read on the play to know that pass was coming.
Yeah, that's fantastic from Steez. Really just a quick recovery and a quick read on his own bounce, and the perfect touch just over top of the defender, but not too far so that Iguana could still finish. It was really picture perfect.
One of the best assists I think I've ever seen. This one's coming off the backboard, and Iguana's going to pick it back up. Iguana looking for the... He doesn't even need the flick. He gets the air dribble, and Steez just clears out the defender for him.
The boost efficiency here from Iguana, too, to get over top. I mean, he didn't need much anyway with that demo, but he had something like 10 boosts left and just feathered it perfectly to guide the ball home all the way down the field.
Well, the Hurricanes now ahead by 1 goal with a minute and a half left. The Knights seem to have just let it slip so, like, the tables can turn so fast here. Prosperity bringing it back downfield, 1v1, but Iguana's able to make the save. Now Steez out to Iguana, but Mike is there to cut it off. Mike gets it past one more, out to Prosperity. Mike looking for the demo, but now Iguana's bringing the ball back down. Steez and Iguana on the same side of the ball there. Maybe a little miscommunication. Steez picks up boost in the corner, forced to make the save. He does so. Big clear coming out there from the Knights' pressure. 30 seconds left. The Knights looking to find a goal there, but Steez able to make the save.
I was just going to say, we saw the pace of play pick up significantly in the last minute of this game. I think the Knights recognizing the situation that they're in and knowing what they need to do. The Hurricanes still staying equal.
Thunderballs, I am holding my breath here. The
You
Knights
and me both.
looking for another chance. No, the post. Iguana looking for the ceiling shot. And the Hurricanes are going to take the game. And I believe that was the series. Now it's 3-1. Hurricanes pulling ahead and winning the series. We've still got Game 5 coming up. where the Knights can bring it home at 3-2.
Yeah, they got to pick up some slack here, and I think, like you said, while we were in game, that one just all of a sudden really ran away from them. It felt like they had such a great degree of control on the game, and then all of a sudden the Hurricanes just flipped into another gear and turned that speed back on, and suddenly they got 2 goals and ran away with it.
Yeah, I thought the Knights played outstanding, but it was really just back-to-back goals almost that sealed their fate. The Knights had so much pressure in the last minute of the game. They wanted that second goal so badly to tie it back up, and the defense from the Hurricanes was just impenetrable.
It
Really,
was fantastic from them. Yeah,
my
and
heart
it's
was racing.
yeah, absolutely. Like you said, you're holding your breath at the end of the game there, and it was both of us for sure. I was just curious to see whether the Knights were going to capitalize on some of the openings that they had, but it wasn't meant to be for that game or the series. But we'll see if they can kind of scrounge something at the end here. To like you said, every game matters, so we'll see what they can do with this final game.
Getting right into it, the Knights, they've got to be disappointed when they were so close to scoring a second goal and tying it back up. We've seen they can win in overtime before. I think that an early lead would really help them out. Here comes Steez taking advantage of the space cleared for him by Iguana with the demo.
Yeah, that's an early lead, but not for the team you were talking about. Another
Yeah.
physical play here turns into an easy goal for the Hurricanes, and another really early lead for them in the series' final game.
8 seconds in. Hurricanes already leading 1-0, but here comes one from the Knights answering right back off the bounce.
Second kickoff goal, we've seen Prosperity sneak by there. He's using his speed in these early plays just to barely beat those players to the ball. Hopefully we can see some of that from him in the mid-game to start winning these races when they need it to pull ahead.
Iguana gets the kickoff, but it goes right to Mike. Here comes another kickoff goal. 3 kickoff goals in a row.
We see the oops from Steez there in the quick chat. It's Feels backflip or corner flip from him, and that's going to be an opportunity missed and an opportunity gained for the Knights.
Now Prosperity. This ball's going right off the sidewall. The Hurricanes already have a demo. This one's floating up. Mike forced to make the save, but he does so. Back to Iguana. This one's coming off the backboard if Prosperity can't get it, but he does. Steez looking to challenge the ball, but Mike gets it over him. Mike looking for another shot, driving backwards. Now Prosperity's going to take control of this one. Prosperity gets it out under Steez. Steez able to get back on it, but the two cars kind of caught on top of each other. Collisions in the midfield as Prosperity's able to pick it up in his own half. Iguana puts the shot on target, but Steez is there to make a whopping backboard clear. Out to Prosperity. Prosperity puts it just high of target, but Iguana's there to turn it away before it can become a dangerous rebound situation for the Hurricanes. This one's up in front of the net, but Prosperity once again makes a big clear. Knights unable to hold on to that 2-1 lead for long as the Hurricanes finally managed to do what we've seen them do so many times before. Passing play coming out. Puts it right over Mike is my hike.
Yeah, that Mike just absolutely froze in net. He wasn't expecting that nice soft touch to the side, and the Steez just came in and walloped the ball top corner. I don't think Mike had any chance of saving that one, no matter how much boost he had.
Steez able to keep it out of the corner. He's putting it over Prosperity. Prosperity able to make the touch. Prosperity forced to go up at a weird spot, and Steez just beats him to it.
Again, just these unexpected but accurate plays from the Hurricanes. Steez especially making these just such a minute, delicate touch, perfect angle, and so unexpected that the defender just kind of had to sit and watch.
From my view, Steez just came out of nowhere. Suddenly he's in the air, redirecting the ball right on target. As a defender, there is so little that you can do. with plays like that. The Hurricanes now up at 3-2. These 1-point leads have been right where they like to be for the most part. Iguana bringing it back down. 50-50 in the corner, but Prosperity's there to collect it. Steez with the half-lip challenge. Out to Iguana. Iguana looking to get one more pass. No, but the Knights clear it away. Steez air dribbling it in the air. Pinch off the corner. And it's coming back towards Prosperity. Prosperity falling back as Mike takes it, actually. Prosperity with a shot that's a little bit wide of target. Steez taking control of the ball right back. Steez puts it up off the backboard, but Mike makes the clear to the corner. And from out of that corner, Mike gets a pinch all the way downfield. Iguana now with the ball. Iguana looking to get it over, through, or under Mike, whatever he can, but Steez picking it back up off of Mike's long sniper attempt. Off the green backboard, but Steez right back on the ball. Iguana up over one. Steez on the backboard. He doesn't need the redirect. He doesn't need the pass back out. The ball's already on target.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. The Knights player might have been at a boost, might have just assumed the ball was going off the crossbar, and Steez was kind of playing the distraction game, the Spider-Man game above the net there, but regardless, it just drops right in, and that's a 2-goal margin. Now the Knights staring down the barrel of a tough comeback with a minute and a half left.
You know, I'm not sure, but I think that might have been an Iguana flip reset off the backboard to put the ball in. Just a very light touch. I think it might have already been on target, but I think it was Iguana who got credited for the goal. Steez with the demo out of their own half. Prosperity looking to push it through the Knights, through the Hurricanes, but he's not able to do so. Just 1 minute remaining as Steez looking for a pass, but his teammate's already ahead of the ball. I think Iguana was going for the demo. Iguana gets a bump, and Steez gets a shot on target. Mike is my Ike with the save. Ball bouncing out to the center. Now Steez getting the pass back towards Iguana. And unfortunately, they're not able to get it on target. 25 seconds left as the Knights looking to make a team play here, but no. Mike forced to make the defensive move again, and Steez able to take it off his touch.
Yeah, with time winding down here, it looks like Hurricanes are just going to seal this one and really put a statement on what has been a fantastic series for them in really all aspects: offense, defense, control, mid-game. It's been all across the board. Really fantastic for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, the Hurricanes looking to finish strong with a ceiling shot, possibly. Steez gets it.
Oof. Steez putting his namesake onto that play with about 18 different flips, ending with a musty attempt, maybe just a bump with the back of his car there. But regardless, that's a statement on top of a statement to end out this series. With 8 seconds left, we'll see if any more funny business comes from it. And as I say that, yeah, we've got shenanigans left to be had here.
Both teams going for the fake. Mike bumping Prosperity into the ball for the hyper beam. And
I'm no expert, but I feel like that was a set play. You could see how calculated that was to go for the friendship goal, as we call it. And it worked perfectly. And another one added for the Knights here, clawing back. And we're seeing in quick chat kind of the sentiment of the Knights towards this late push.
Yeah, you've got to love the fun that all the players are clearly having on the field. With 1 second left, now time's expired. The Knights can only hope to close the goal differential by 1, as the Hurricanes seem to just want another goal, but they're not going to get it. The score will end at 6-4. The Hurricanes really showing masterful work on both sides of the field this series.
Yeah, it was it was an all-around game for them and an all-around game for both players. It was nice to see Iguan and Steez kind of interchangeably taking point man and really both capable of putting the pressure on in different ways. For Steez, it was a lot of skill plays and kind of mechanical wizardry. And for Iguan, it was more of that solid, really fast shooting. We saw a couple of clangers from him and great receiving of passes. So both of them had things to offer, and the Knights didn't have an answer.
I really loved seeing the demos come out from the Hurricanes as well. Iguana sometimes clearing the path for Steez, and I think they did it the other way around too. Both of them just zooming in at the goal line to clear space for the other player. That's going to be our final series. What a series it was, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a great way to close out the night. Premier League play is obviously picking the pace up quite a bit, switching gears from Foundation previously, and it's nice to see that level of play to close out an evening. And even though the series score was 4-1, it doesn't tell, aside from that 1-4-0 that the Hurricanes had, it doesn't tell the whole story of how close that series may have been, I don't.
Absolutely. Well, I think that'll close us out. Thank you for watching, and we'll be sure to see you tomorrow night as we're going to be broadcasting again right here from isolated social cases. However, wherever you are, please join us again tomorrow night for some more minor league esports Rocket League action.
Thanks, everybody. And on behalf of myself and Jordak, have yourselves a great evening. And like he said, stay isolated, I guess.
Get the points for it. Good sportsmanship and teamwork there. As Gray actually might be able to pick another one off here. He looks for the double.
He is just out here doing work. And Tony, he's doing everything that it is.
Come back. Oh, and that's another by Alton. What a play. Is a play of the week nominee. Ceiling shot, double touch. Ball.
3 points down. Anything could happen, but it's looking pretty good for the Bulls.
Oh my goodness. Wade,
What a
that
fake.
man had a family. He had a family.